The first, electric vehicles. Let's go back to the late 19th century, the late 1800s. During this time, many innovations emerged alongside the Industrial Revolution. Electric cars are not as new as we think. In fact, these vehicles were invented even before gasoline-powered cars. Imagine that. Electric vehicles were considered a major innovation at the time. The first practical electric car was built by Scottish inventor Robert Anderson in the 1830s. This was a significant turning point in the history of electric vehicles. This car was a simple electric car powered by a battery. Although battery technology was still very basic at the time, these vehicles attracted great interest. Electric car technology improved significantly in the 1870s and 1880s. Batteries became more powerful and the range of vehicles increased. Inventors like Gustave Trouve of France and Thomas Parker of England produced better electric cars. These inventors increased the performance and reliability of electric vehicles. These cars started to become a good option for getting around town. They offered a quiet and clean alternative, especially for urban transportation. What made electric cars attractive was that they were quiet, didn't emit exhaust fumes, and were easy to use. These features made them ideal for city life. That's why especially women and city dwellers loved these cars. Electric vehicles made daily life easier for city dwellers and gained popularity. The rise of electric cars. In the early 20th century, the early 1900s, electric cars experienced their golden age. During this period, electric cars were a viable mode of transportation, even rivaling gasoline-powered cars. Electric cars stood out for their quiet operation and ease of use. Electric taxis and delivery trucks were used in many cities. So why were electric cars so popular? There are a few reasons. Electric motors were improved, allowing for more powerful and efficient cars to be built. Also, the electric grid became widespread in cities, meaning cars could now be easily charged. This made daily use of electric cars much easier. During this period, there was great competition among electric car manufacturers. Companies like Detroit Electric, Columbia, and Baker produced electric cars in different models. There were luxury cars, fast cars, and even pickup trucks. This diversity of electric cars allowed them to meet all kinds of needs. The popularity of electric cars in this period was directly related to the development of technology and infrastructure. These cars were also preferred for their environmental friendliness and low operating costs. Electric cars revolutionized urban transportation, and this revolution laid the foundation for future technological advancements. Electric vehicles of this period can be considered the ancestors of modern electric vehicles. The competition of gasoline cars. Ford and the beginning of the decline. In the early 20th century, gasoline-powered cars were also developing rapidly. Henry Ford's Model T car revolutionized the automotive world. The Model T was the first affordable automobile to be mass-produced. The low cost and long range of gasoline cars began to pose a threat to electric cars. Electric cars were not as fast and practical as gasoline cars. In addition, oil was discovered and became widespread, making it easier for gasoline cars to find fuel. Electric cars, on the other hand, could only travel short distances due to the lack of charging stations. The electric cars are almost forgotten. In the mid-20th century, the 1950s, electric cars almost completely disappeared. Gasoline cars were everywhere. Electric cars were seen as slow, short-range, and expensive cars that no one wanted to buy. During this period, electric car technology did not develop much. Most car manufacturers focused on improving gasoline engines. Electric cars seemed like a technology of the past, but they were not completely forgotten. Some small companies continued to produce electric cars for specific uses. For example, golf carts and forklifts for carrying loads. Pollution and the return of electric cars. In the late 20th century and early 21st century, the late 1900s and early 2000s, pollution increased. People began to realize that gasoline cars were polluting the air and the world. So, in some places like California, rules were put in place to reduce the fumes from cars. These rules forced car manufacturers to make cleaner cars. Electric cars complied with these rules because they did not emit any fumes. Also, electric motors became even more developed and electric cars were able to travel longer distances. Hybrid cars. both gasoline and electric. As interest in electric cars grew, hybrid cars also became popular. Hybrid cars use both a gasoline engine and an electric motor. This technology both reduces gasoline consumption and offers people the driving experience they are used to. The Toyota Prius, released in 1997, was the first mass-produced hybrid car. The Prius attracted great attention for its low fuel consumption and low emissions. This encouraged other car manufacturers to make hybrid cars. Hybrid cars played an important role in the spread of electric cars. They got people used to electric cars and bought time for charging stations to become more widespread. Modern electric cars, Tesla and others. Tesla, which revolutionized the world of electric vehicles, became a pioneer in this field along with other brands. In the first decade of the 21st century, the early 2000s, technology was developing rapidly, and these developments were also reflected in the automotive industry. New companies like Tesla Motors have made a big difference in the car world by making electric cars that are very fast and can travel long distances. This change began to replace traditional internal combustion engine vehicles. Tesla's first car, the Roadster, hit the market in 2008 and changed the way people thought about electric cars. The Roadster combined performance and environmentally friendly technology. The Tesla Roadster was like a luxury, fast sports car, but electric. This showed that electric vehicles could be not only environmentally friendly, but also exciting. It could travel very long distances on a single charge and looked very stylish. These features were important factors that set Tesla apart from other electric vehicles. Tesla's success has encouraged other car manufacturers to make electric cars as well. Many major automakers have begun developing their own electric vehicle models. Battery technology has also evolved a lot during this period. More efficient and durable batteries have increased the range and performance of electric vehicles. Lithium-ion batteries have become smaller, lighter, and more powerful. These developments have accelerated the spread of electric vehicles. They have become the best energy storage solution for electric vehicles. This has made electric vehicles more practical and accessible for everyday use. Electric cars today, a growing market. Today, electric cars have become a rapidly growing market. More and more people around the world are buying electric cars because they are good for the environment, less expensive to operate, and their technology is improving. Governments are also providing various incentives to encourage people to buy electric cars. For example, tax breaks, incentives, and financial assistance to build charging stations. Car manufacturers are also producing all kinds of electric cars to meet this growing demand. Now it is possible to find an electric car for every budget and need. The future of electric cars. The future of electric cars looks bright. Technology continues to improve, batteries are becoming cheaper, and charging stations are being built everywhere. Therefore, electric cars are expected to become even more popular in the coming years. But there are also some challenges. For example, how long batteries last and how long it takes to charge them, lack of charging infrastructure, and the fact that electric cars are still expensive. Still, electric cars are a cleaner environment and hope for a more livable world. As technology improves, we believe these challenges will be overcome and electric cars will be everywhere. Conclusion: electric transportation for a clean future. Although electric cars had a small beginning in the 19th century, today they are shaping the future of transportation. Their environmental friendliness, low cost, and technological advancements make electric cars attractive to more and more people. Driving an electric car reduces air pollution, combats climate change, and is an important step towards building a cleaner transportation system. As technology continues to evolve, the future of electric cars looks very bright.